Shalom, baby! It's your girl T, aka the nappy headed jojoba, and I'm popping in with a couple things today. This is gonna be one of those hodgepodge videos that only the ride or dies watch, which personally I kind of like these videos because I feel like it's just us and we can really talk. So, first up, thanks so much to all of you guys showing me support on my last video, which was my clearing out my closet, at least part one of that, because it's an ongoing process. Anyone who watched it knows that video was sponsored by Poshmark. I mean, I was planning to do it anyway, so it was kind of win-win that I was able to get a sponsorship for a video I had already planned to do. And if you're one of my real ones, you know that back in October, I kind of opened up a bit about what my career slash employment situation was and how I was extremely unhappy and looking to move on. The update on that is I have, so I'm basically working for myself now. As of January, I became a free agent. So yeah, I'm kind of out here in the wild on my own. Luckily, I did prepare for this, so I've got some money saved up to tide me over until I figure out what's next. But just to keep it all the way real, because that is what I do, having a sponsored video is a huge help to me in terms of just making ends meet while I figure out what's next for me. I am a YouTube fan first and foremost, so I've got my own feelings about content creators doing sponsored videos. I do think that there is a way to do them. There's a lot of creators who I used to love, and they now exclusively do sponsored videos, and once I see that trend happening, that's when I unsubscribe. And I want to let you guys know up front that that's never going to happen here. If and when, I should say when, because it's not an if, it is a when I do sponsored content, it is going to be spaced out and it's not going to overwhelm the focus and ethos of my channel. It will always be sponsored content that makes sense to what I want to do and who I am. And that also helps me preserve my integrity because my word is my bond. You guys know this. And these days, influence is currency. So my influence on you guys is not something that I take lightly. If I recommend something and you guys go out and try it, I need to feel completely confident in that recommendation. So I will not ever take on any sponsorships or collaborations that I can't do so without feeling completely ethically clear. So thanks again to all of you guys who showed support and were giving me comments like, go ahead, girl, get your paper, stuff like that, because I do need to make ends meet. And yeah, I do still view this channel as a hobby, but who knows, perhaps one day if our family grows big enough, this could be all I do because I would actually really love that. So it is going to be kind of a delicate balance of me figuring out how to proceed with my vision for this channel and being very selective about the sponsorships and collaborations that I do henceforth. Other channel changes on the horizon are just going to be broadening the scope of the types of content I do. Generally, it's been hair and fitness, a little bit of lifestyle stuff, but I feel like I want to share more of what I learn and what I love with you guys as we go forward. And you guys, I want you guys to share that stuff with me as well. So I am going to be broadening a bit. I'm going to be doing more videos about food, like just cooking videos, things that I cook, things that I eat. Fashion is a huge passion of mine, and I've always really loved coming up with looks and, you know, just shopping generally. And while I have done very, very little kind of fashion-oriented content on this channel, it's something that I'm super into and I've gotten more into now that I'm feeling happier in my body and my size. So I feel like it's just a fun thing to share with you guys. I do really believe in investing in pieces that you can keep for a while. So just a heads up, any lookbooks and things that I do, they aren't necessarily going to be all things where it's like I'm basically giving you a Zara commercial. Like there might be a handful of new pieces and some things where I'm shopping my closet because I feel like that's a much more realistic way to approach coming up with style rather than feeding into this fast fashion machine that is actually really bad socioeconomically and for the environment. So that's something that I'm going to talk about more in videos going forward once I get kind of more into doing more fashion videos. But just be forewarned that if you do see certain looks on me, you probably won't be able to go ahead and click and buy every single item. It's really more just inspiration or a starting off point so that we can share ideas on how we like to style ourselves using things we already have and maybe a couple new duds we might have picked up. The third big thing I want to ask you guys about is getting some advice from you. Those of you who participated in the Project Beast Mode Challenge know that that just wrapped up on Saturday, so congratulations to everyone who made it through the 6 weeks. I had a so-so experience. I was really I would say mostly good about hitting the 5 workouts per week. There were 2 weeks where I missed. That was the week that I was on that cruise ship, which I told you guys about in the halfway point check-in. Everyone who watched that video already knows I was only able to hit 4 workouts that week. And I also only hit 4 workouts, not the week I was in New Orleans. I actually found an awesome CrossFit gym down there that I love, and that if and when, not if, but when, again, I moved to New Orleans, that is going to be my gym. Like, I feel like they were just super awesome down there, and I can't wait to go back next time I visit. But anyway, I was able to hit my 5 workouts the week I was there. It was the week I came back where I was just so tired from being in New Orleans and just doing all the crazy shit I was doing down there and having a great time, that I kind of hit the wall. I think in terms of keeping up with my workouts as well as just going hard in the paint, celebrating my birthday, I needed an extra day of rest. So the week I got back, I actually only hit 4 workouts that week, which was a shame. I was really disappointed in myself, but life goes on. So for 4 out of the 6 weeks, I did hit my 5 workouts. The other 2 weeks, I only hit 4. Overall, I would still say that I'm pretty happy with how I feel at the end. My eating and drinking was nowhere near meeting the requirements of the challenge, but it could have been far, far worse. Feeling good, feeling happy in my own skin, and I also discovered while in New Orleans that I am finally able to do a pistol. If you're unfamiliar, a pistol squat is a one-legged squat. This is something that has been elusive to me. I've been wanting to do a pistol since I learned what they were, which I think was like probably back in 2010 when I first started doing CrossFit. And I've been working toward being able to do them inconsistently, very off and on over the past several years. But recently I've been a little bit more consistent, not really as consistent as I should be, but it seems that nonetheless, I have finally developed the strength to do a pistol squat, and I'm so friggin' excited. I discovered it while I was down in New Orleans because we had a workout where pistols were involved, and I realized that if I use the little bit of a hack / cheat of putting a small plate, like a change plate, under my heel, basically simulating the effect of a weightlifting shoe, you know, an Olympic style weightlifting shoe. That's something that a lot of weightlifters do to help take pressure on their knees when they're getting into a deep ass to ankle squat. Well, that little bit of assistance was the final sort of modification I needed to finally be able to do a pistol. Since then, I have been able to do it without the plate under my foot, but only in certain shoes. If I'm wearing my uber flat barefoot style sneakers from Vivo Barefoot, I can't quite get there because I do feel a little bit too much pressure on my knees. But I'll take it. I'm taking the win. I'm taking the win, and I'm saying I can do pistols, and I'm claiming it. As far as water, I sucked at that. As far as being active on my rest days, I kind of sucked at that. Very up and down, mostly down. No fried foods? Psh, not so much. On my very first day in New Orleans, I was heading back from my workout at the gym, and I got a beignet as my post-workout. Hey, you know, when I'm at home, I have my hydrolyzed collagen peptides as my post-workout. When I'm in New Orleans, beignets are my post-workout. In any event, due to the sort of up and down, hits and misses nature of what I was able to do and what I wasn't able to do during Project Beast Mode, I will be doing a victory lap. And all that entails is continuing the rules of the challenge beyond the end of the challenge. I had planned to start it immediately, you know, basically just keep it rolling after Project Beast Mode ended, which was on Saturday. However, my friend Phil, and some of you guys, if you know me from my days on Tasted or even on Cinefix, you'll know that Phil, aka Philium, we are friends in real life. We're actually really, really great friends. And he was basically saying that he needs me to hold him accountable so that he can get snatched for his birthday, because his birthday's coming up in April. So he wants me to do a little challenge with him. So I'm going to basically consider my Project Beast Mode victory lap doing that challenge with him, which we're going to start on March 15th. I had not planned to do the victory lap in any sort of formal way here on the channel in terms of hosting, you know, like a challenge where I do a midpoint and end check-in or anything like that, and have you guys do check-ins with me in the comment section. However, if there is interest for a springtime challenge, you know, I'm thinking we're going to do 5 weeks. It's going to be at least 4 weeks, possibly as many as 5. And I believe we decided March 15th to start. So if there is interest in doing a challenge during that time span, just let me know in the comments or hit the thumbs up or something if you're not a commenter. That's totally cool. And if I notice that this video has an unusually high number of thumbs up, I'll go ahead and host it here, and we'll just call it our Project Beast Mode Victory Lap or Project Beast Mode Round 2 for anyone who wants to get involved and get a little bit more snatched in the spring. There's also one thing I want to get you guys help with, or at least have you guys weigh in so I can take your opinion into consideration. For the Project Beast Mode Victory Lap, I really want to try to do one of the YouTuber / Instagrammer fitness personalities programs. I think that social media has given a lot of people opportunities to kind of just put themselves out there and become fitness personalities and entrepreneurs in a way that they might not have been able to in the past. You know, in the past we had like Beachbody and, you know, P90X and their programs and things like that. But now because of Instagram and YouTube and so on and so forth, people are able to just become fitness personalities on their own. And a lot of them put out these programs. And I question, what are these programs really like? You never really know how qualified or not qualified some of these people are to be putting these programs out, what kind of certifications they have, what kind of education they have. But most of the time, what I have found is when I go to actually look at reviews of these programs, there aren't any. That was why I did the Gauge Girl Paleo Shred review. And I think that that's possibly going to be another thing that I do on my channel as a series. Maybe I try a different Instagrammer or YouTuber fitness or nutrition program for 30 days and give it a really good shot, give it a real test run so that I can review it for you guys and actually let you know what's good and what ain't. Because these programs often cost a lot of money, and it's not like I have money to burn, but I am fascinated by trying programs and like really giving things a fair shot and seeing what the experience is like and what my results can be. I guess it's sort of my version of Patricia Bright's, where she does the I Spent videos, which you'll see what's really good at Missguided or Shein or, you know, all these different cheap clothing brands. For me, I'm much more interested in seeing what's really good with all of these fitness programs. So let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that, because I feel like that could be a separate aspect of the part 2 of Project Beast Mode for me, because there's 3 that I'm looking at right now, and I kind of want to get you guys' opinion on which one you would be most curious to see me review to kind of kick off this She Tried It, I'm thinking I might call it She Tried It series, where I test drive, where I'm the guinea pig on whatever fitness or nutrition program. The first one I want to try for 30 days is Z Gym. Now, technically, I have kind of tried Z Gym before. I've been following Zuzka Light since her Body Rock days, so I've been well aware of her for a while, and I have done quite a few of her workouts. Her Z Gym has been open for a few years now, and she's got a lot of different programs, and I believe she's got one that's all about the booty, which is the one I want to do. So that's the first option. I'm thinking I would like to try reviewing Z Gym for 1 month / her booty program that's within her Z Gym. The second option is the Peach Plan 2 from Megan Grubb. Megan Grubb is a UK-based YouTuber / Instagrammer, and she's basically known for her ass. She's one of these white girls who's got an amazing, amazing booty where I'm just like, I thought that was our thing. But she's got a peach program lower body, a peach program upper body, neither of which are the ones I'm considering. I'm considering her peach program 2, which is all-inclusive. It's total body with a focus on the lower body, obviously the peach. I'm definitely focusing on my lower body. That is my trouble area. That is where I want to work the most. My upper body, I mean, quite frankly, I could do leg day every day and my upper body will just get leaner and more toned, and my lower body will still be a fucking catastrophe. But I do want to focus on just kind of sculpting and shaping and working on maybe even the size of my booty just a little bit. I don't want one of these ridiculous fake asses, but I think proportionate to my legs, my booty could use a little bit more size and my legs could use a little bit of slimming just for a nicer ratio there. So that's the other one I'm looking at. The third one I'm considering is Massey Arias. She is an Instagrammer as well. As a matter of fact, here she is right here. She is on the cover of Women's Health this month. I was just at the grocery store and I saw this when I was checking out, and I was just like, what the fuck? That's Massey Arias! And I got really excited and bought it immediately so that I could support her, because I would have never bought this magazine otherwise. I kind of hate fitness magazines. They're so repetitive and stupid. I used to love them when I was younger and first learning, but I think once you get a certain education level in health and fitness, those magazines are a waste of trees. Ray Ray decided to come say hi for some reason. She can never mind her own business. She won't let me live, y'all. She won't let me live. She has a challenge that I think is actually starting in a day or two. It's a 60-day challenge, but in any event, I think the actual program itself is 30 days, and I think the challenge is to just go through it twice or something. I obviously wouldn't be doing that because this would be starting on March 15th when we're doing Project Beast Mode Victory Lap, but I'm just really curious to see what her program is like. Her program actually includes nutrition and exercise, but I'd probably have to adapt the nutrition plan because I'm fairly certain it's not paleo. And while I am not paleo either, I do eat a paleo-based diet, so if there's dairy and, you know, a lot of grains and stuff in there, I'd have to figure something out. So I don't know how much I'd be able to completely adhere to the tenets of her program. So I'm pretty torn amongst the three. I feel like each has its own pros and cons, but I'm leaning toward the peach plan mainly because it is so booty focused, even though I feel like that will be the trickiest in terms of adapting for home use, because I know in her YouTube videos, Megan uses a lot of like cable machines and Smith machines and leg presses and stuff like that. So it might be harder, but I feel like I could figure something out. I don't know. But what I'll do is I'll put a poll here and you guys can vote on which one you would be the most curious to see me review. And this would basically be the beginning of me doing these guinea pig kind of videos where I try something for 3 weeks, a month, whatever. I think I'll have to kind of figure that out as the series goes along. But I don't know. I feel like I would love to be the guinea pig and figure out like what's really good with these programs and which ones are full of shit and not worth your money. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'm really excited about the changes I have in store for this channel and just being more active and having more time to be more active now that I'm lone wolf in it. I don't work for nobody except myself right now. That's really it. I actually got a jet because I'm about to run to the post office to send off some orders from some of you guys who purchased from my Poshmark closet. Thank you so much. I was kind of surprised to see orders coming in quite as quickly as that. I still have some items that I haven't even had a chance to list. So if you saw something in that video that you liked, it might not be sold. It might just be that I haven't had a chance to list it yet. So feel free to just follow me on the app. And by the way, this is not sponsored. I'm just telling you guys what's up. If you guys want to, you can follow me on the app and see when I'm listing new stuff, because there are more pieces that I'm purging from my closet, as well as pieces in the video that I just hadn't had a chance to photograph and actually add to my closet yet. So just check it out on there, and if you saw something you liked but didn't see it when you checked when the video aired, it might be there later. But in any event, I'm going to run and drop off a few packages at the post office for you guys who ordered. Thanks again. And I also will be sending in this camera that you're seeing me film with right now. In my effort to basically increase my output, I need a higher quality camera than what I have. This camera has served me decently well for a while now. This is a Canon T5i, but the autofocus on this camera is garbage. And it's really limited the amount of videos and the types of videos that I can do. I need something with much faster, much more reliable autofocus. So I'll be sending this camera back and trading it in at B&H, which is where I get all my equipment. Again, not sponsored. Just telling you guys, did I say equipment a second ago? Equipment. I buy from B&H because they're based in New York only. So unless you live in New York or I think possibly New Jersey, there's no sales tax, which saves me a lot of money. So that's why I do that. If you're one of my real ones, you'll remember that I had purchased a vlogging style camera from them last fall, which did not work out. I ended up sending it back because the camera kept overheating. So that was no bueno. And I was thinking I was going to try a different model and just get a different vlogging camera. But instead what I'm going to do is trade this guy in and get a newer model. I'm going to go ahead and I think get probably the newer version of this camera, which is the T7i. The autofocus on that is leaps and bounds better from what I'm dealing with here based on the research I've done. So I will be going dark just in the interim of sending this camera back, them making sure that it's up to snuff and in good enough condition for them to resell, getting my account credit, and then having to order the new camera and actually receive it once all that is taken care of. So that's really it. I just wanted to kind of update you guys on a few things in terms of me doing sponsored content, my major career life changes, and what I see for this channel going forward, as well as this Project Beast Mode victory lap / results situation. That is gonna do it for me today. I gotta run out and get those clothes shipped off to you guys, as well as get this camera shipped off to B&H. So the next time you see me, it will in theory be much better quality video. So looking forward to that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
That's a nappy-headed hose there, I'm gonna tell you that now.